and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the House Academy Show, entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from gorgeous, sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about why we don't renovate houses.
Anymore.
We buy and sell houses, tons of them, and so do tons of our members. We just don't necessarily like the renovation process. Actually, the truth is, we like it, it's just not profitable.
Been there, done that. We'll explain more about that in a few minutes here.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the houseacademy.com online community. It's free.
All right. Ellie asks, what are the best places to buy and sell houses? This is a good question.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we all want to know, like, where's the secret area? What's the up and coming thing? How do I find it? Is it, what do I do?
What's the answer, Jill?
Well, we
smoke it out
Yeah.
through data.
Exactly.
That's how we approach everything. We don't drive down the street and say, wow, that's a really nice neighborhood. I wonder if I can get a house cheap in there. Let's go knock on some doors. No, and nothing like that.
Exactly.
As we talked about in the very first episode 0, we choose an area that makes a lot of sense through a process of elimination by essentially looking on Realtor.com and looking for consistency. Once we do that, we pulled all the zip code data down from various sources on the internet and pit those zip codes next to each other to find out which ones are performing the best with existing sales and a bunch of other stuff.
Exactly.
It's very scientific and very simple and relatively quick to learn.
What I love about it, too, is that with the data that we have available now, it's mind-boggling what we have now versus 10 years ago, even like 5 years ago, at our fingertips. We used to have to be a realtor or have access to a realtor, but we used to all want to get into the MLS and, get the inside track information. Now it's all out there for everybody to see online. So you really can get your fingers on this stuff and make a good decision. And what I love about it is, when you get in and you learn what you're looking for, how to compare things, the best place to buy and sell a house, it'll jump out at you.
Yeah.
You're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm looking at it right now.
It'll make complete sense.
Gosh, I looked at that area, then I dug deeper and I looked at this and I dug deeper like this. Like, well, heck, I know those 2 zip codes are exactly where I'm going to do it. And I know exactly how I'm going to go about it.
Exactly.
And exactly how much the money, how much we're going to offer, you'll get into it more. But
so this is how we do it. And so if you're choosing the right zip codes and pitting them against each other and only choosing the best ones,
right.
and you're pricing it the way that we price it, the last half of this question is, where do you sell it?
Right.
The very shorter answer is you sell it to the people who are investors in those same zip codes.
Exactly.
There's tons of houses, if you look at data, ownership data,
Right.
that are owned by LLCs or owned by non-mom and pops.
Yeah.
And you can sort of tell by looking at the data pretty quickly who's a logical buyer for a property that will become eventually a rental house or a renovation candidate, or let's just say the non-user. The point is, if you do it all, the acquisition part correctly up front, house kind of sells itself. If it's if there's a house in a market that has days on market that's in a 15, 20, or 30, below 30, let's say, and it's 20 or 30% below in its as-is condition price. Yep.
You're not going to have any trouble
You're not
selling
going to
it.
have any trouble at all.
Hey, I'd like to pause for a moment and just explain one thing. For anyone who's new to the show or new to us and doesn't know us, Jack, will you please explain why you love data? What is I'm hearing you say data, and I'm used to it, right? Well, for those of you who don't know, Jack, aka Steven here, he's all data.
Yeah.
So
Jill and I have a great, unique, and what I think is great history and partnership.
Right.
I'm acquisition or information, and she's sales or inspiration. And, she and I teamed. I've been doing this since the, mid-'90s? Really early 90s. And Jill has been involved in real estate her whole life. But we teamed up about 10 or 11 years ago. And my existing operation, I think, doubled and eventually quintupled or more the day she got involved, because she brought an element to this that, I love data. Yeah. I love data. I love generating acquisitions, and I've been in some form of real estate acquisitions my whole professional life.
Yep.
and Jill's been in some form of sales her whole life. So when you team those two types of personalities, we have very different professional personalities.
Well, the whole key is he is all about making it easy, creating systems, using data, right? And our thing has always been, so you know who we are, hey, make my phone ring, whether it's on the buy side or the sell side. So that's what he does. He goes out there, gets the deals, gets those offers out, whatever it is, my phone's ringing, and then I take it from there.
Right. And both pieces are ever changing. There's constantly new tools, better places to get data, better data sets.
Right.
There's better ways to sell property on the internet constantly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our role in all this, is to keep really on the cutting edge of how to buy a property and resell it faster.
And share it with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Today's topic, why we don't renovate houses.
Anymore.
This is why you're listening.
I have to get that in there because it's funny because we've been there, done that. I have to say, I had fun for the periods in our career that we have actually got out there and moved walls and done renovations, and I got to do the fun part. So what's the fun part? I'm leading the design, picking out all the fixtures and where it's all going to go, and the colors and the flooring and the, yes, of course I had to come home every day like dirty and awful because I had to oversee the whole project. So for me, that was fun. What the non-fun part is the person who has to write the checks. And that part, go ahead.
We did a great renovation. We did what I think now is probably a model renovation.
Right.
The numbers were, bought the property for, I think, 140. I think we put 60 to 80 into it.
It was like in 45 days, too.
And we did it in cash in, cash out, 45 days. So that was the acquisition period, the sales period, not just the renovation period.
We put a garage in. It was a carport.
We made,
garage.
At the bitter end of the day, after fees and everything, probably $30,000 to $40,000 in that deal.
Thought, yeah.
And I hated every second of it, and promised myself I'd never do another one, and we haven't done one since.
Yeah, that one.
So when you think about that deal, $140,000,
right.
We sold it for what it ended up being, $260-ish or something for cash.
Right.
For cash, no appraisal, perfect deal.
It
was a perfect deal, and I hated every second of it. What we should have done, and if I had to go back and do it all over again, which we've done since 1,000 times, is buy it for 140 and sell it for 165.
Yep.
And let somebody else go do it. Or it becomes a rental house or whatever. So, that's how we learned. This is why we don't renovate houses any longer.
Right.
It just didn't work for us. And I'll tell you what, Jill had a blast, and she's a fantastic dinner. But you're right.
They love it.
You're right. I would rather make $20,000 doing 10 deals a month.
Yep.
And just keep moving them and be a deal. We're acquisition people.
Well, this further explains why we're here. Here's the big picture. We are the acquisition pros. So we can do it from all the way to finding it, to doing the reservation, to selling it, right? We know how to do the whole thing and make money off it.
We're data people.
But /ever. And he's right. What happened was, at the end of the day, when we sat and added up all the hours that I spent, camping out in Lowe's and Home Depot, picking out windows and doors, and I came home, dirty and filthy, babysitting the project, and all that went into that. When we really sat down and looked at, gosh, how many more deals could we have done if we removed that piece of the equation? We went, oh my gosh, you're right. It's so interesting. And it's funny because our buyers, most of our buyers are those people.
Yeah.
We've asked them, hey, look, by the way, why don't you want to do what I'm doing? You could make even more money by learning what we do to get it to you, and then you take it all the way and sell it to the end user. And most of the time, they don't want to do it. They're like, yeah, you know what? You still found it for me way better than I could have got it driving for dollars anyway, and a whole lot less headache. All I do is watch for your text, Jill. How easy is that? I'm like, all right, I get it. So we have a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, they're used to buying properties off the MLS, or have brokers calling them and stuff.
Exactly.
It's already marked up. It's already feed to death.
Yeah.
We are anti-fees here.
Yeah, there's no broker.
Anti-real estate agent here.
Yeah, there's no.
I'll just tell you right now.
Exactly.
We don't. We're the ones who do the deal.
Yeah.
We either have a lawyer or an escrow person complete the transaction for around $1,000. That's all the fees that are involved in it entirely.
Right.
And the people we sell it to that are generally real estate professionals, whether they're landlords or renovators, really appreciate that.
Yeah, or investors.
They know that it's easier to pick up the phone and talk to an owner than it is an agent.
Oh, yeah.
They know that we're going to see it all the way through to sell it, unlike most agents I've ever met.
Right.
And a lot of title agents are like that.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot to be said for the data piece of this, and then the actual transaction sales piece. And Jill's got a staff now that handles it. But every single buyer we have calls us every week.
Yep.
Hey, what do you got this week? What do you have this week? Ready for another one?
Exactly. So we're gonna, as we progress along this show, we're going to give you more things and help you really understand how to do this right. We can help you.
Join us next time for the episode called Why HGTV is Fiction.
And we answer your questions posted on our online community, houseacademy.com. It is free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Jill, I think we found our groove on this House Academy show thing. Or at least we got that script. If anybody's listening anymore at all.
You're so funny. Wherever you are listening or wherever you're watching, please subscribe and rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.